Okay guys, so you would have seen on the channel before, when I do these live trading videos, I usually record the trade start to finish, but in this instance, we're going to go over the previous 2 days of trading, today being NFP day, and I did actually trade. However, didn't actually film the NFP like actual trades like I usually do, but I'm just going to go over the analysis, and I do have a few like handheld clips as well from yesterday's trading that I'm going to go through with you guys. Later in the video, I'm going to talk about why I trade certain account sizes and how I feel like it's better to manage your personal accounts like this with copiers and funded accounts and everything, to just make it a bit more clearer for the viewers that aren't really up to date with how I actually manage my accounts. So right now, I'm going to play the clips of the trade yesterday, the few clips of which I actually had, and then after that, we'll get straight into the analysis. Okay guys, so bit of live trading today, and we are actually in a trade. Just shorted GU, and I'm going to show you guys on the charts in a minute, but I just want to take you through my thought process when I'm actually in a trade. Just got the camera recording quick so I could say that I'm in the trade, and basically I'm going to talk through what I'm actually looking for, how I actually manage a trade, why I trade with certain accounts, everything like this in a minute. Usually what I do when I enter a trade, I'll get the analysis, I'll do the analysis and everything, and then I'll just simply do something else when I'm actually in the trade. Usually what I do, if I'm recording a video, I will sit there, watch the trade, go either to stop loss or to take profit. Ideally take profit, it's always better for the content, but in this video, if it loses, if it wins, you guys will see anyway. Hopefully it wins, obviously. It's the first trade in December. It'll probably be my last trade in December if this actually hits take profit, because I only like to make 3 to 5% a month. It's very, very good going, I think personally, and I'll show you my stats in a minute, but the last 4 months I made around 32%, so we're already up a decent amount. We've had on like a 21 win streak at the moment, so this will take it to 22 wins in a row if it actually hits. So I'm excited to see what happens with this trade. We've had a lot of consolidation recently within the past few days, so to get a nice drop now to break these lows would be absolutely perfect. We're currently in a couple pips profit. It's nothing major, especially with commission as well. We're probably just breaking even, but yeah, hopefully we get a nice drop, nice 30 pip drop. As you guys know, 1 to 3 risk reward every single time, and that's what we're aiming for as well on this trade. So yeah, hopefully it melts to the take profit. This is a setup we're actually looking at, so break, retest of the structure, and then hopefully a nice drop down to a 1 to 3. A lot of people choose their take profits, risk rewards based on previous structure, but I've done my testing, just having a 1 to 3 every single time seems to work out perfectly for my trading. Obviously if we don't break this low or close below, then I will look to get out early, and especially if we don't hold at this level here, that's why the stop loss is like just above this level. So hopefully we continue down with this trade. Okay guys, so next candle is opened and it's actually pushed to the upside. I'm using my scaling plan. Scaling plan, which I've actually talked about previously on the channel, but if this trade plays out perfectly, I'll show you guys how I actually do it and how I effectively scale into losing positions. It doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but it's perfectly for me. So this is the setup right now. We're going to push up above the entry, we got scale in, and now it's slowly dropping down. Ideally we want this candle to close below that line, below our entry, but we'll see what happens with this trade. Just thought I'd update you and say that we got this scale in, because a lot of people are like, oh, you enter multiple positions per trade, and this is the reason why. We scale into positions to maximize the profit, whilst also adding a tiny bit of risk to the trade as well. Okay guys, so now you can see we had the scale in, and now price is dropping below the level. So I'll tell you why I'm trading with a 10k account, or 13k in this case, after this trade has actually played out, and the reason why I think you guys should actually do the same. It obviously involves trade copiers and multipliers, which I use personally, which just seems to work out a lot easier to trade, especially if you're struggling maybe with larger account sizes or struggling to enter multiple positions on different accounts. This is what I personally would advise to do. So you see the scale in here was absolute perfection. Literally, you can't get it more perfect than that. It's just beautiful. That should be in an art gallery, that sort of entry. But yeah, all we're looking for now is a drop down, and you know, if this hits take profit here, we will make very nice percentage on the account. You know, only looking for, because we've got that scaling now, we don't need as much profit. We don't actually need price to come down to the same level to make the same amount of profit anymore because of the scaling, obviously. But we're still looking for a nice setup. And like I said, I was looking for that candle to actually close below. This is a good thing now, because we've now closed below on like 5 candles in a row. Can either be good or bad. Good in the terms of, okay, now we've closed below, we've retested the level. So if we go solely onto here now, this level here, it's broken, retested it very nicely. If you actually look back, when price actually made the push up here, push up, retest in, went up. So now it's the inverse, break, retest in, drop down. Obviously now we're pushing back up into the level. What we don't want to see is price close above this level. So this wick here is now the level that we don't want to see price actually close above. Hopefully that doesn't happen and we can leave this level alone. Maybe we'll come up 3/4 of the way up the wick and then drop down. But after this, I'm now looking for price to break this level. Nice little drop down, maybe a retest in. You know, it's fine if price retest into the entry again, because like we've had here, price retest where it dropped actually from. So if price comes and retests, it's fine by me. A lot of people would, if it breaks structure here, then move their stop loss to break even. I don't do this because I know that even if it breaks this level, we can still drop, retest in, and then drop further. Because what's saying price can't retest into here and then drop further? You know, a lot of people don't actually understand their entries and why they're entering certain places, and they'll just miss trades and miss profit pretty much for no reason, when the trade is still valid for them to leave their stop loss where it actually is. So that's simply what we're looking at now. And you know, we'll go through the journaling process after this as well to just talk you through how I actually do that. But yeah, hopefully this plays out and we can actually make a nice bit of profit from this trade. So I'll keep you guys updated with any potential updates on this trade. So you would have seen that I was actually shorting around this area here, around this area, and that original position did actually get stopped out. You know, I'm not going to say, oh, I've never lost, everything like this, like a lot of traders out there. Obviously my win rate is pretty high recently, but because of my scalings, the actual win rate is low. But you guys know what I mean by that. So when I actually got stopped out here, the trade was actually still valid for me, because I have 2 types of entries. So I have an entry where you get in on the retest here, another entry opportunity when price comes into this area to then drop. So there's 2 entry opportunities, and that's why I wasn't worried about taking another setup, even though I just lost on this particular overall setup. So it's 2 different setups, but it's one big overall setup. We're actually looking, because we've had the break, we've had the retest in, and then we are looking to sell. So we actually had 2 positions on the sells. The second time I had the same, the first time round as well, which meant that, you know, I like scaling into my trades. The main reason is when you scale in, it maximizes the wins. So I do it a particular way. People don't like doing it, people comment on it, but it works for me, and I'll show you after this my MyFX book. It works absolutely perfectly for the way I personally trade. But this trade then broke down, retested into the zone multiple times again, and then dropped down. The main reason why I knew after this drop that it was going to continue down is because if I get the tool here, this low here, which is the one we're actually looking for price to break, and also this low here, if we get the tool back on, I'm not sure what happened there, draw this across, you see that when price actually pushed down here, whereas here we struggled to close below, and we didn't actually close below, we wicked back up. Here, closed below the previous one, so I was confident that it was actually going to drop. Then here, struggled to close below, full close below, and then what happens? Price retests into where it's previously wicked in to then drop further. Very simple. And you know, a lot of people, they're just overcomplicating their trading, and I just don't really feel like you need to do that. Break, retest, just follow the structure, follow the trend. It works an absolute treat, and it's worked for me in my trading so far. So yesterday we totaled, obviously this trade was a 1 to 3. We risk 2%, 2 to 3% depending on the setup, and it is on a copier as well. We ended the day yesterday with 2.99%, which is very good. Obviously that's after commissions, everything like that. Then if we go down here, you guys will see this was the NFP move, and I've done numerous NFP videos on the channel. If we go down to 5 minutes so you guys can understand it a bit better. Here, this candle here is when we actually had the NFP release. So when we actually have this drop down, usually this is when I'll start buying. However, not gonna lie, I was eating lunch at this time and I wasn't actually going to trade NFP. But then, perfect setup. Usually what happens if NFP goes straight back up from the wick and then continues to the upside, it won't usually retest down on its wick. But I saw it instantly come back down on the next half an hour to retest this wick at the bottom. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. We're going to enter some long positions on this setup. And that is what I did. Entered 2 long positions and then caught it up to around, I think like 440 to this level. And then I was done for the profit on that trade as well. Again, we made, I think, another 3 or 4% on that trade as well. So didn't lose today, had 1 loss, 1 win yesterday. So December total, we are up around 6%. We can look on the MyFX book here, around 6.49%. So yesterday, 3%, today, 3.5%. Very nice start to the month. December, most traders, it can be a notoriously slow month, but as you see the past few months, we've just absolutely been slaughtering the markets. And you see this win streak of days in a row. It's just absolutely beautiful. We're currently up 40% on this account. This account isn't like a huge account, and the main reason why I'm not actually trading like a huge account, what I'll do when I'm copying accounts, copying trades, I start with an account balance that is very easy to copy. So whether it be 10k, 100k, these amounts are very easy to use lot multipliers on trade copiers, and it's very easy to, when you're in a trade, see what percentage you're in profit. The risk you're about to use, lot size wise, is very simple with a round number like 10k or like 100k or like a million, depending on how much money you actually have in the account. And it also helps if you struggle with focusing on large numbers in the account. So I'd have it before where, I've had these big days, 30, 40, 50k days, and it can definitely affect you when you're actually in a trade. So if you're only trading with a 10k account and you kind of forget, okay, this is being trade copied to this account, this account, this account, even though you're still trading those other accounts, you kind of forget about it because you're only focusing on that one account. Before, it would happen where I'd get email notifications for every single time the trade copier actually entered a trade on each individual account, and this just meant that I was just getting notifications if stop loss was hit, take profit hit, trade limit hit, everything like this, and it was kind of thrown off my trading because constant notifications flashing up wasn't great for my trading. It's kind of distracting me, taking the focus away from managing the trade whilst it was open, or whilst I was trying not to stare at the charts the whole time. And with trading a smaller account, let's say 10k in this example for this account, it's being copied to a larger account anyway. So you're trading 10k, but in fact you're actually trading multiple 6 figures in prop firm challenges, funded accounts, everything like this, and my other personal accounts. So it's a lot easier to manage. And you see this account here, I'm not going to show you the balance because this is my personal growth account, and it's not public for anyone to see either. But as you see, it's on Admiral Markets, which is an FCA regulated broker, and we're only using 1 to 30 leverage. And the stats here, you guys will see we've had 80 trades. It's not actually 80 setups because I take setups with multiple trades, so some trades will be 3 or 4 entries. Just using my scaling plan works very well, and my profitability is only 49%. So I only actually win 49% of the time, and as you see, longs I win 84% of the time, but they are a lot less frequent than shorts are. But shorts obviously only have a 38% win rate. It's fine. I don't really care that I lose more shorts than I do with longs, because I know it's profitable overall. As you see, average win 80 pips, average loss 55 pips. This is kind of because of the scalings as well, because if you're scaling in and that scaling only makes, let's say, 5 pips, 10 pips, it's going to bring the average down, and I'm not really that fussed with this. I kind of focus when I'm backtesting or when I'm journaling on the overall move. So what is the average risk to reward? And as you see, with a 49% win rate, and the average win isn't even double the average loss, but we're still up 40% with no losing months, I'm pretty sure it works absolutely perfectly. You know, I could hit a losing streak, let's say 5 trades, 10 trades, but it doesn't matter because 2 or 3 wins, 2 or 3 setups, using the scaling, the losses are they've disappeared by that point. And now I'm in profit again, and now I am loving life. One thing which I actually want to improve though is my average trade length. It used to be the case where I'd only be in a trade for 45 minutes, an hour, but it's got to the point recently where I've been in trades for a lot longer and my entries haven't been as pinpoint. Obviously my entries are still pretty good, but I want to get those trades where it's like 45 minutes, an hour, TP's hit. That's kind of the peak of my trading, and that's when I'm trading really, really well. Obviously, I usually trade better at the start of the year. This year, start of the year, I went skiing, went on holiday, got on the private jet. Been quite busy, but next year we're gonna absolutely smash it. A lot of exciting things coming, which you guys will see on the channel. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you follow my Instagram in the description as well. And if you guys did enjoy this quick little video, I'll catch you guys in the next one.